Hi everybody, in just a couple of seconds I'm going to be showing you box project number 2. I'm so excited about this. So for those of you that have not met me before or even seen me before, my name's Toni. I am a guest presenter on Create and Craft. I am a studying watercolour stroke artist, and the purpose of this channel is to educate people who are in the beginning like me, who want to understand how to colour, how to paint, how to stamp and all the crafty things that go on. So all the do's and don'ts I've learnt along the way, I want you to enjoy them at home and achieve great looking projects and great looking cards at home. If you're watching on Facebook, that's brilliant. Try and share it with your friends so everybody gets the inspiration at home. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It would be amazing if you could do that. I'm already encroaching lots and lots of subscribers, and I know that people are enjoying it due to feedback I've had already. So I'm hoping that whatever I bring to you today will inspire you and maybe help you with your crafting with some of the hints and tips and techniques that I'm going to show you today. So before I delve into the lovely box project number 2, I want you to check out this video and see if it'll show you some inspiration that you actually need. So if you were fortunate enough to grab box project number 1, that is superb. They are a limited edition box. Once they've gone, they've gone. And I can tell you today that limited edition box 1 has gone and sold out. The stamping there will never be repeated. So if you are following us and want to collect every limited edition box, if you haven't bought it, then unfortunately you have missed out. So I'm so sorry, but you know, these things happen. But today's box project number 2 is another thinking of you box, and we decided to do this so that you at home could either buy the box for a friend or buy it for yourself or buy it to decorate and create a mini album or things like that. So, and there's lots of lovely goodies inside, so I'm going to jump straight in and I'm going to show you exactly what's inside so you can get a great feel of what the box projects are all about. So the box this time, the last one was copper, and this one it's rose gold, and it's absolutely gorgeous, so I'm sure you're going to love it as much as I do. So when you get the box, it's a 4x7. It has a magnetic closure on the front, and it also has a ribbon closure as well on the front. It's a super sturdy box. It's really thick, so if you wanted to reuse the box for a gift, pop a gift inside and give it to somebody, it's absolutely lovely. And as you can see there, it's quite deep. It's actually 4 inches deep as well. So let's show you what's inside. So if you are wanting this box project number 2, it is available on our website, and excuse me, and if you just pop onto the website, you can see what is available actually inside the box. The item number for this one is 201623. So 201623, and I'm going to talk you through exactly what's inside this box. So I know that some of you have already got the box at home because we launched it last week. I can already tell you that this box is limited stock. Okay, there are hardly any left. So please, if you are wanting it, please get it as soon as you can, because this is not going to last. We launched it earlier in the week and they've nearly gone already. So let's have a look inside. So it's got the magnetic closure on the front there. You can hear the snap on it, so it's a really lovely box. And then when you open it up, and inside, so I will get the items out one by one. So lots of lovely goodies in this one. A little bit different to the last one. So let's start off first. In here you get lots of little pots. So the first pot that I'm going to get out is this beautiful ultra fine glitter. Now this is pink, it's perfect for this box set, it's all in keeping with the theme. So you can see there, it's a 20 ml pot, it's ultra fine and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is worked beautifully with the stamp that's actually in the kit as well. So alongside there, with glue, it wouldn't be good without the quickie glue pen, so you also get your glue pen in here. So for those of you that have not used a glue pen before, it's got a fine nib, it's like a biro nib, and you can put in detail onto your stamp, add the glitter, and it dries clear, so it is amazing in that sense. So I'll just pop this to one side. So you get your glue, your pen. The next product in here, there's lots of stuff in this one, are your pearls. Now these are beautiful. Now when I put these into the case, I decided that I didn't want one size. So in here you have 3 ml, 5 ml and 8 ml, and they are a variation of colour. So you've got your pinks, your reds, your purples, your champagnes, your clears. So just to show you, take the lid off. So you can see in there, they are flat back, so you can use your glue pen if you want to, but these are very lovely for inside of flowers and things like that. That's also a 20 ml pot as well, so quite a big pot. So the next one in here is this little darling, should we say. This is your embossing powder, but it's vanilla embossing powder, so it's cream when you use it on your cardstock, but guess what, it also smells of vanilla. So when you heat emboss it, you get a beautiful smell. So never do it when you're hungry, but you get a beautiful smell, and then when the person receives the card and they open the envelope, the card actually smells beautiful inside as well. It's absolutely lovely, and I'm going to use this in a demo so you can see what you can achieve with that one. So that is a 50 ml pot. So if you got box project number 1, you will have had the clear and the embossing ink pad. So this will work seamlessly with box project number 1. So that's the next item. And then you also get your flourish of diamantes. So in the large one, you've got clear ones, and in this one, you've got a pink one. So these are really good for like card fillers and things like that. You can chop into them. You don't have to use them as a full entity. You can use them as separates. Again, your aperture cards in white. So you get aperture cards and matching envelopes in there. And in this little one, you get your 6x6 square cards with your envelopes, and they are foiled in pink. So you can see there. So they have a beautiful edge detail on there, and I thought that would look absolutely stunning with this stamp. So when you get to the stamp, you'll see exactly what I mean. So you'll be able to stamp the flourish in the corner here and put the huge sentiments that are in the set, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And you get matching envelopes in there as well with that one. So you also get these marble effects cards as well. Can you see that? These are beautiful. These are 5x7. So these look gorgeous when you just put like a stamped element on top, matte and layered. They are quite classic, these ones, so save them for best. So you get those. And then you also get a large set of aperture cards. Now, I'm a big fan of aperture cards because I'm a big believer in framing artwork. So when you do our stamps and colour them, you want to put them in a frame because I believe they are that good, that they need framing. So I'm a big fan of these aperture cards. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of these aperture cards. And then your glitter cardstock. So this is pink. It's encapsulated so you don't get any shed. It looks beautiful with the stamp again. It's a floral image, so it looks stunning on there. You can see the glitter in there. It's really, really lovely. And then last but not least is this stamp. And it's a huge stamp. It's a 5x7 stamp. And it's this one. Let's put it so you can see. So you've got the large floral stamp there, and this is in a hibiscus, so these look absolutely gorgeous in your tropical colours. You've got all your little sentiments that I've got you as the main focus of the stamp, and then you've got this down the side here, you've got pretty awesome, and that is huge. It's nearly a C6 card in itself, and you'll see that when I stamp it. So you can see there. It's a beautiful stamp. As I said on box project number 1, this is limited edition. It is already limited stock and it will never be repeated again. It won't be going on TV and it will not be available for sale in the shop. They are only available in the limited edition boxes. So if you are buying the box, you can be assured that you're buying into something pretty amazing that will never be repeated. So the item number for that one, again, take a note of it. So if you want to watch the demonstrations and see what I do with it, it's 201623. And this is available now. If this item, it's probably going to sell out while I'm doing my demonstrations. If you go to the website and it's not available, unfortunately, it will have sold out. Okay, but I will try and keep you updated on that one. So I'll just put everything to one side. So I'm just going to show you a couple of finished samples. Our design team have been working really hard to show you some of the amazing things that you can create with this box and the stamp and the elements inside. So firstly, I wanted to show you this lovely box that Elaine's made. Now if I place it flat on the table, you can see it from above, just to show you the true beauty of what this actually looks like. There you go. So she's matte and laid in some patterned paper. She's used one of our tag die elements. She's used one of the flourishes and the word love. And she's just matte and laid it onto the front of the box. Now that would make a beautiful gift box. Absolutely gorgeous. The true colour of this box is a rose goldy colour. So it is coming across on camera, but they are truly beautiful. You will not be disappointed with it. So that is just the decorated box. So if you are wanting to give somebody a gift, you know, it is really, really lovely. So there's that one. But I wanted to show you something quite clever as well. So Heather from the design team has made this one as well. So this is the box again, decorated in beautiful patterned papers with the bow element to the side, as you can see there. And it's all these dies are available. These are all our dies. But when you open it, she's made a beautiful album that sits inside. So I'm just going to show you. So as you can see there, and she's decorated all the pages. I'm not going to go into great detail with regards to the album because the box is not about the album, but if you are an album making fan like I am, should I say I was, it's a love of mine is album making. It's how I started out. So you can create some beautiful looking albums which fit seamlessly inside the box. You know, you could tie it at the front and give it to somebody as a gift. It's a keepsake for a very long time. Somebody would not be disappointed if you'd spent a long time making that. It's absolutely beautiful. So I showed you that just so you can see what you can do with the box element of it. Don't just get your things out of the box and pop the box to one side. You know, these are great things you can do with your boxes. And I'm sure some of you are already using them for different things, maybe storage and things like that. But you know, they're that nice, you can use them for those sorts of things as well. So I'm just going to move that to one side. And then I'm just going to show you some pretty awesome samples. So this one is in a frame. And you can just see there. Now Heather's made this one and she has popped on the back, inspired by Jill Brody. Now I know Jill's on the Eureka page, so hi Jill if you're watching. Heather has made this one because you put something on our Eureka fan club page. So there you can see it there we go. So she's coloured the stamp element of it, and the pretty awesome there has been stamped on the glass, or yes it's glass, onto the glass part of it. So you can also frame your artwork, so that's one of the lovely elements. And then I will just show you a few more of the elements, and then we will get cracked straight onto some demos because I know you're all keen to see some beautiful demos. So this one is just done in black, and then it's been cut into separate parts, as you can see, and then mat and laid onto some glitter cardstock. This is a huge stamp. Do not think you're getting a tiny stamp. I don't do things in halves. I like people to get something that can really do different things with, separate, make bigger, make smaller. You know, this is a huge stamp. So that's that one. And then this is this one with a little bit of colour. So you can see how big Pretty Awesome is there at the bottom. It is quite big. And then this one here with the beautiful aperture cards, and then just coloured very simply, and this one's been done by Elaine. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, design team, for all your hard work and effort. They do work really, really hard to give you lots of inspiration at home. If there's something you see on air that you like and you're wondering how it's been made, you know, you can always comment on our Eureka fan page or on Facebook. The girls are always readily available to help you out with anything that you need. And if they've made something that you're not sure about, they will guide you through it to help you, you know, create some amazing things at home. Again, just before I go on, if you're on YouTube, can you please subscribe? That would be amazing. And if you're on Facebook, please give us the thumbs up and share with all your friends so everybody can see what we're up to down at Stamps by Me. So first demo then. So what I'm going to do is get my Eureka, and we're going to stamp out, I'm going to heat emboss this lovely large image. So because we're going to be doing some watercolouring, I am going to use some watercolour cardstock. So I'm going to use my anti-static bag. We are going to use the wonderful heat embossing powder, and we have our embossing ink pad. So for those of you that purchased the first box, this was in the first box. However, this is available as an entity on its own on our website. So have a good look around, you know, take some time, enjoy the website. There's plenty of inspiration on there for you anyway. We have our gallery page and our video page. So if you've missed any of our previous live studios, then you can catch them there. So I'm just going to anti-static my watercolour cardstock because I'm going to be doing some heat embossing. And then I'm just going to take the stamp off the door. So I'm using our Eureka 101. This is my watercolour tablet. This is where it goes all over the world with me. But it's also a stamping aid. So should you struggle with your stamping, it helps you with your stamping. So I'm just going to place my stamp face down onto the watercolour cardstock. I'm going to close the door, pick it up, and then we're going to use the Fab ink, which is fine art bonding. This is an embossing ink pad so you can get detail on your artwork. I'm just going to ink up the stamp. Lots of light tapping. I'm going to just press it down. And because the facility is there to stamp it twice, I am going to do so. Then when I'm happy I've got it all covered, I'm just gonna use this lovely embossing powder. So just pour it on, shake off the excess. Now you can see it coming together already. And you get a beautiful image there. You can just see that there. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat set that one. Pour that back into my jar, save it. Smells lovely, it's making me very hungry. Move this out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat set this one, and then I'm just going to show you a little bit of watercolouring, how to get the best results. So get your gun good and hot before you pop it onto your cardstock, or else you will get a large cockle in your cardstock. which is not pleasant on the eye. So get your good hot. Then when it's hot, so when the powder starts to change, all you need to do is move your gun. Smells like a cake shop now. So there we have, you can just see the glossy side of it on there. So for those of you that don't know, heat embossing acts as a resist. So if you're not the most confident colourist in the world and you fancy a little bit of watercolouring, then this is a great way to start, because the watercolour stays within the lines. So wherever you put the water, it withholds inside and it acts as a resist. So I'm just going to pop this inside here, and I'm just going to get a couple of colours. So I've gone with two of the colours. We've got Y02 and Fuchsia 03. So these are watercolours. So I'm just going to pop some in my wells here to the palette. Just a couple of drops. I'm not going to paint all of this, I've already got one made. I just want to show you a little bit of a, not a technique as such, but how to get a great look. So I'm just going to focus on this flower here. So you always do one petal at a time, and you wet the area first. So this is a wet in wet technique. So you will wet the area where you want the colour to go. And then I'm just going to pick up some of the yellow, and I'm dropping it in. And what will happen is the embossing will resist. So I've done a yellow all over, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a little bit of the pink, and I'm just going to drop it in, and I'm just going to let it work its magic. I'm not going to over egg it, overwork it. I'm just going to let it do what it needs to do. So that's one petal. And then I'll move on to another one. I'll move on to the opposite side. So I'll wet the area. I'm going to cover it all in yellow. And then I'm going to pick up some of the purple, and I'm just going to drop it in. And because I'm using watercolour cardstock, you can move it around. But I'm not going to work at it because I want it to look a little bit loose, should we say. So there are 3 other petals in there. I'll do one more. So I'll wet the area first. Drop in the yellow. And then pick up some purple and drop it into the centre. And then I'm just going to let the water take it wherever it wants to go. So you can see it coming together already there. So once it's all been painted and dried, you get this sort of look. Can you see that? So that was just wetting it and then dropping the yellow in, then some fuchsia into the centre and letting the fuchsia just go wherever the water is. So, and the leaves as well is yellow all over, and then I dropped a bit of green in and just let the water carry it. I didn't work it, and remember what I said in one of my other videos, don't contaminate the colour. So if you change your colour, always clean your brush in between. That's how you get a better result. So let's get on and make this card. So just get rid of this stamp and we'll swap it out for the large sentiment in the set. I'll stick that back on the carrier sheet and we'll swap it out for this super huge sentiment on here. and it is super huge, but it's pretty awesome. So what I'm going to do is I have some white cardstock here. I'm just going to hold that in place, and I'm just going to place the stamp face down into my Eureka. And then I'm just going to get a black ink pad. And we're just going to pick it up. Just move it a little bit closer because it's a brand new stamp. Make sure it's straight. And then let's ink it up, and you can see how big this is. Now this is a 6 by 6 square, so you'll be able to see how big this sentiment is. Now this will need a few stamps, it's huge, so but it is worth it. So we'll go for it again. Get lots of nice juicy ink on there. We want this to pop from the page. Because we've got a beautiful bright flower, the black will make it even more intense when you come to mat and layer it on your card. And because we can, I'm going to do it one more time. There we go, super black. So let's get this card constructed. So make sure you clean your stamps off, keep them nice. Pop this back on its carrier sheet. So here I have a black top folding note card. Just going to put some tape on the back of here. So if you are watching, please comment, let me know where you're watching from. Have you done this technique before? Is it something that you love? If so, I would like to hear about it. Or have you tried it and it's always looked a mess? I still like to know about it. So I'm just going to stick this one flat onto my card. It's not very good having a black background on there because it won't get mat and layered straight. I know that for certain. Like so. And then the flower element of it, I've put some 3D foam pads behind. Now you could do this 2 or 3 times and mat and layer it up and make it look amazing, you know, so it's not so flat. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. I think we'll pop it there like so. Do we think? Now with your Quickie glue pen and your beautiful glitter, you could do glitter inside the flowers and things like that. However, I'm going to leave it as is because I've got a few demonstrations I want to get through. So there we have a beautiful looking card. But again, like I always say, little to no effort. So I fussy cut around that when I finished painting it. So if you wanted to do if you wanted to cut one of the little flowers out here and pop it on this little corner just to finish it, then you could do that as well. But that's an 8 by 8 card, so you can see how big that flower is and you can see how big that wording is. So I hope you liked that one. Please give it a try at home. If you've got the box and it's sat at home on your table, I hope you're going to open it up now and start stamping away and start to colour with it and make some beautiful things. So I'm going to move on to demonstration number 2. Now a lovely lady about a week ago said to me, will you show us how to do the stamping and layering technique that I do quite often? I believe, I don't know if it's correct, I call it spotlight stamping, where it's on and off the page. So I'm going to stick with that. It's called spotlight stamping. I'm going to show you how I actually do it. If people have already done it and they know of a better way of doing it, or they've had great looking cards from doing it at home, I'd love to hear about it. It's a technique that I absolutely love. I always get comments on my cards when I do this sort of technique. So I'm going to show you how to do it at home if you haven't seen it before, so you can replicate it and get something amazing at home. So I'll just move this out of the way. So I have a excuse me. So I have an 8x8 card, blank. I have some white cardstock and some black matte inlays, so I'm ready to go when I need to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the two pieces of white together like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a little bit of tape underneath this one, and I'm going to secure it in place onto this one. But what I'm going to do, it's only going to be slight, just simply because I need to move. As soon as I've done the technique that I've done, I need to be able to separate them both. So I'm just going to pop the tiniest bit of tape underneath. So it's absolutely tiny. I'm actually going to get rid of some of the stick. You can stick it on your clothing to get rid of some of the stick if you like. And I'm just going to stick it on there. Sorry, we'll just stick it there. And then all I'm going to do is remove the backing and secure it in place onto this piece here, as straight as I possibly can, like so. So it's not permanent, it's just temporary, like so. So you've got your matte and layer there already. So we'll get our Eureka. And we're going to pop it back into here. And we're going to hold it in place in the centre this time, because I'm going to stamp on and off the page. So we're going to go back to the beautiful floral element of the stamp set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it face down, encroaching over the two parts, like so. So we'll go like that on this one. And pick your stamp up when it's in place. And this time we're going to go for blue, just to be different. So I'm going to stamp this one in blue. So I'm going to press it down. You might have to do this a few times because you're stamping onto two levels of card. So give it a good old press all the way around. Like so, and then I'm going to do it one more time. Make sure I get right in. So that looks absolutely gorgeous now. That's nearly a finished card in itself. However, let's continue with the technique, because I'm sorry I can't remember the lady's name, but she did ask me very kindly to show you all. So if you haven't seen it before, then here's how I do it. So I'm going to get the stamp and I'm going to pop it here. What we're going to do first is let's just move this out of the way. Let's move it up a little higher, because I don't want as much stamp on the bottom part. So we'll hold it in place like that. And I just want a little bit of the stamp on this bottom part here. Face down, hold it in place, pick it up, and then ink your stamp up. There we have. So there's just this little area here where I just want to get a little bit more detail in if I can. There we have, look. So as you can see, that looks absolutely amazing, but me and my mucky paws, before I go any further, I'm just going to blast it off because I don't want a dirty fingerprint straight through the centre of my flowers. Right, in this lovely set that you get at home, let's just get this out of the way. So you get the beautiful large sentiment. I'll pop it on the carrier sheet so you can see. So you get this beautiful, pretty amazing, which I've just used, but you also get the yous in there. So you get, you are such a wonderful person. You are my sunshine. You are my world and more. I don't know what I would do without you. You mean the world to me. So they're a beautiful one on the entity, lend themselves really well to inserts and things like that inside cards. But I'm going to use the big one again because I'm a big fan of this big sentiment. I always say this, it's one of my favourites, but I can see myself using this one quite a lot. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. I'm just going to pop this one straight in the centre. I'll just get rid of this one. So this time for this one, we will just do it slowly because it's a brand new one. So for this one, I'm going to use the black. We'll go back to black so it actually pops from the page. If you didn't use the flower stamp, you could just use this sentiment on its own, just in the centre of card with some splashes or something like that. You would end up with a beautiful card without anything else. So I'm just going to make it pop a little bit more. Just missed that Y a little bit, so I'm just going to pop it back on and press it on. There we go. Look how awesome that is. Now I'm just going to quickly dry that one off again. So let's get this constructed. So this is the little technique on how to get the spotlight element of it, so people will look at it and not quite understand how you actually achieve this effect, but it is quite easy once you know how. So I'm just going to remove this from here, pop that to one side. So all you do now is you separate the two, so you end up with two parts like so. Can you see that? And there I go, talking about mucky prints, and I've put a little print there, can you see? So I'm going to have to pop a butterfly there. He'll have to come to my rescue. So despite my best efforts, I still made a little mucky mark, but hey ho, happens to the best. So I have got my black matte and layers here. So what I'm going to do, I've gone ahead of time and put some tape on the back, and I'm just going to matte and layer it into place. So I'm just going to remove the backing tape. Oh, it's gone unstuck now. There we go. So I'm just going to stick this into place on here. Like so. Just move that to one side, and then I've got a smaller piece here, so I'm just going to matte and layer this piece onto here. like so, and then ahead of time I've popped some 3D tape behind there. Can you see that? So I'm just going to pop that on there, and this is where it actually comes together. And all you do is line it up. So you could do a whole host of stacks with these. You could do 1, 2, 3, 4, as many layers as you wanted to. You get a beautiful looking card. And again, you could glitter within with your Quickie glue pen, your glue, your anything you wanted to, you could use there. I'll just stand that up for you. So despite the mucky mark, you can still see a beautiful looking card. So you could actually do colour within the lines with a blue one with that one, and it would look absolutely awesome. But that's what I call the spotlight stamping technique, whether it be that called that, whether that be the correct terminology, or whether it's even got anything to do with spotlight, I'm not sure. But I absolutely love this technique, so I'm hoping you guys at home will give it a try. So if you do manage to get the box project, if you don't get the box project, budget permitting, things like that, I understand that. However, I'm absolutely certain that at home you will have a stamp of some form that will work with this technique. You don't have to buy our products to watch these videos. It's all about the inspiration, you know. So if you've got a stamp at home that's a floral element, try it. You might just actually love it. I'm sure you will. I love it anyway. So that's demonstration number 2. So if you are on YouTube, I can see a few of you are on YouTube and are already commenting. I hope you're enjoying it. We work really hard to make sure that we create some great things for you guys at home, and we try and make our demonstrations give them a purpose, so it's not just colouring a card, you know, it's about getting different ideas, things that you can do at home. So that's that. We are rapidly running out of time. I think the box project might have sold out. Do check though. We might have a few bounce back. So thank you to everybody that's purchased them, box project 1 and 2, and hopefully there will be 3 and 4 and lots more to come. So I'm going to move on to the last demonstration, and I've decided to do something a little bit different with this one. So I'm just going to get my Eureka again. Excuse me. So black cardstock this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the image out in white and show you how beautiful white it looks in white. So I've got the stamp, I'm going to place it face down, my Eureka. And we'll close the door. Just move that out of the way. And I'm just going to grab my white ink pad. I'm just going to ink this one up in white. Now this white ink pad dries back slightly lighter. It does come with a re-inker. So I'm going to stamp it a few times. So there you can see how beautiful that is. So I'm just going to do it one more time because I want it to be really bright white. And this will look absolutely stunning. Look how bright that is. That's absolutely amazing. So now with the white ink pad that you get, which is available on the website, sorry, not available in the kit. You also get the re-inker as well, so I'm just going to show you how lovely it looks when you paint in the white within the lines. So I'm just going to see if we can get a zoom in on this one and just show you how beautiful it looks. So I'm just going to dilute this white, sorry, dilute it slightly. So it's quite thin. So I'm just going to, the same white ink re-inker that's in the white ink pad, I'm just going to colour within the lines. It will dry back a little bit lighter. So the lines will stay quite prominent. So you still get, like a bit of a, what should I say, a chalkboardy effect or a parchment effect. Like so. Doing another one up here. So don't overwork it, because what will happen is you will lose the lines from where you've stamped. So it's just basically a bit of a light coverage. It creates a bit of a smoky look. And this is normal cardstock, normal black cardstock. So if you over wet it, you are guaranteed to get a cockle, so the wave. So just be careful, you know. Go easy with the water. There's not much water on my brush, I would say. So I'm not going to do all the painting on air. I'm conscious we're running out of time. So I'll get a sentiment on here and I'll show you how lovely it looks. I don't want to stop painting now. I will just do one more. We'll get the sentiment on here. Show you how lovely it looks. Once I start, I can't stop. True passion for it, like everybody else at home. And do what you love. If you enjoy it, stick with it. I'm just going to clean that off. So I'm just going to pop a sentiment on here. Now I'm just going to use one of the little ones to show you how lovely the little ones are as well. So because I'm heat embossing, I'm going to use my anti-static bag on the corner. Stamp face down. And use the and we will, excuse me, just use a different one for now. Just blast this one off so you get a This would make a lovely Christmas one if you used like sparkly glitter and put snow on the leaves. It would make a beautiful Christmas one. So I'm getting my gun really hot before I put it onto the embossing powder. Once the embossing powder starts to change, I'll move my gun. So you can see there I've got like a wipe, that's from my anti-static bag. Make sure this is dry before you give it a wipe, because this will still be tacky and you will smudge it, so just wait till that's dry, and then you won't smudge your artwork or anything like that. So that matte and lead onto a beautiful silver card would look absolutely stunning. So that's demonstration number 3. We are running out of time. I've just got a couple of things to tell you. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you like the box project. It is such an amazing box, you know, the things that you get in there to create things you can go straight from getting the box home. So I hope you do like it. And secondly, I wanted to just say I'm on Create and Craft tomorrow at 10 o'clock for a going gone. So if there are some items that you've had your eye on for a while and want to see if there's anything on there that's a bargain, you can do that also. So tomorrow at 10 o'clock for a going gone. Don't forget to subscribe, and hope you've liked it. If you've enjoyed the videos, please comment and let me know. It gives me inspiration and makes me work harder to make sure I give you guys at home what you're actually asking for. So I will catch you all later. Have a great evening and I will see you all soon. Take care, everybody.